Crazy Style here on Foodie TV. You're gonna learn how to make regular plates into wild, amazing, crazy dishes. I'm gonna take you on the road of Alaska. We're gonna travel to places near and far, get to the restaurants and to the home cooks there and have them teach us what makes them fun and crazy too. This place is huge, so there's gonna be a lot of area to cover. You're gonna love it. Thanks so much for tuning in. This is Cooking Crazy Style with Molly B. Hello! Welcome to Tongues on Parade. Today we are gonna do a crazy fun taco recipe with an awesome slaw to go with it, and then I'm gonna teach you how to make this super sweet spicy sauce that you're gonna love. So, to start, here are the things you need for the super awesome crazy pickle tacos. Yes, I said pickle. I know it sounds weird. You're gonna have to just roll with me until we land the plane, and then it's all gonna come together. You're gonna be super happy. So here's what you're gonna need. A pound of ground beef, browned. Then you're gonna wanna do salt and pepper just to season the ground beef however you wanna do it. You wanna do 1 medium onion in like dime-sized pieces, okay? Or you can do bigger if you like big hunks of onion. Then 1 can of salted tomato sauce, 1 can of red kidney beans with the juice in it. And then I tried to get sliced olives. I got crushed olives. So today we're gonna work with crushed black olives, but normally it would be sliced. I don't, user error, or shopper error. And then tortillas, and you can have corn or flour. I'm a flour kind of girl, as you can tell. Gluten don't get me mad. Okay, and then of course you have to get some pickles. Whoa. What I do is I buy the dill pickles, and they are already spears, and then I just chop them up so they're about this big. So that's all the ingredients that you're gonna need for the tacos. Now, I got this taco recipe because, you know, in all relationships, they're good and bad or whatever, and I was dating this guy and the relationship ended, but the taco recipe he taught me remains. So these are Mary's tacos, ode to his mother, who was amazing, and so I'm just gonna make Mary's tacos today for you, and they're dill pickle tacos. You won't be mad, I promise you this. Okay, here we go. So what I've done here is I have actually browned all of the ground beef, and it's just whatever kind of ground beef you like. Sometimes I use turkey burger, sometimes I use 90-10, sometimes I use 85-15 fat, whatever you want to do, whatever floats your boat. Then you want to just take some salt and some pepper and salt and pepper it. Not a big deal. And just mix it all in. And then once it's all mixed in, you want to add 1 can with the juice in of red kidney beans, as shown. So when the red kidney beans go in, you just mix them around and just make them all even Steven, like so. And then, because the juice is in there, the way you cook them is you're just gonna put the lid on for about 5 minutes at the very longest. Just go in and check and see if they're done yet, and then you just wait. So we're just gonna wait for the kidney beans to cook. Please stand by. In the meantime though, I can tell you that my favorite thing to do is obviously crispy these up a little tiny bit. I'm sure you guys do that too with your flour tortillas or your corn tortillas. What I like to use is canola oil, and I spray it on. So I don't actually like, my mama, when I was growing up, used to put a pan full of oil, and basically we were deep frying tortillas in the kitchen. But as I'm a little more health conscious, I just put a little bit of canola oil spray on it, and I have found that it's actually a little crispier and lighter and not so crazy and heavy. So we're gonna do that while I'm gonna double do it. So we're gonna cook the tortillas while we're cooking this, and you know, just try to keep up, okay? I have the tortillas on medium high now, and all we're doing is we're just gonna cook them with the spray on them, and they'll start to bubble when it's done and ready to flip, and then it'll bubble again, and then you pull it. They're pretty easy to do. So we'll just wait for that to cook, and then we'll flip it, and then we'll flip it again, and then that will be done. You just set them on a paper towel to kind of get off the oil off of them or whatever. All right, so it's starting to bubble, and the heat on this is kind of inconsistent. So what I'll do is I'll just flip it and look. No, it's not too bad. See now how it's all starting to rise though? That means it's bubbling there on the other side, which is good, which is browning, which is what we want. So what it's gonna do is it's just gonna make a little bit crispy, which is perfect. In the meantime, the kidney beans are totally boiling right now, which is perfection, which means they're about done. And really, you just have to taste them and see how the juice just came out to all of it. So now we're gonna taste it. See, you can tell by putting the fork through it. Not too shabby, really. I think they're good. Okay, but I do need to add more salt. So more salt, and I do like to put some seasoning salt in it too. I don't know if I can mention my favorite seasoning salt, but it sounds like Donnie's. So I'll just say that. Now we're gonna cook this until the liquid disintegrates. So you take the lid off, because they're cooked, and you just sit there and let it boil until the liquid's gone. So let that do its thing there. And in the meantime, over here, we're cooking up tortillas, baby. So, see how this is nice and gets a little brown and deliciousness? And we don't need a whole bunch of oil in here. You really truly just need a little bit on each side. La la la. If I leave it alone, it would cook faster, but I just am like, my ADD's kicking in on this whole situation. All right, so now, again, I'm gonna just spray that side that I put down and spray the top of it. And that's it. You hear the sizzling sound? Wouldn't that be great if we could make that sizzling sound a ringtone? I think I want to do that. Anyway, so now this will start to bubble again. In the meantime, this is doing its thing over here. See how it's starting to slowly get rid of all the juicy juice, which is good. It's cooking. So these tacos are so good, you guys. Seriously, my kids, they hated like onions and tomatoes and all that stuff, but they had these tacos with the pickles in them, and they ate like 4 each. Kids usually don't eat that sort of thing, and they were loving them. And everyone that I know loves these tacos. And you know, they're good on napkins. You don't even need a tortilla. They're so delicious. See how this is nice and golden brown frying up? Oh, it smells good in here. It smells like I'm in Mexico getting ready to have some tacos. I love tacos. I had a food truck that was halibut taco truck. But that is how my Molly B's cookie business started. Is I was actually cooking in the taco truck, and people wanted something sweet, and so I went home and started making cookies, and I had a garage full of booze, so I just started throwing booze in the cookies, and people were like, this has whiskey and this has Kahlua, holy cow. And I was like, man, I hope I'm not like making these people drunk with my cookies. So I decided to look it up, and sure enough, I wasn't cooking out the alcohol enough. So I learned how to make extracts out of all of these different kind of boozes, and actually it takes the alcohol out but keeps the flavor. Just like a lot of people don't realize that vanilla extract is made of vodka. It sits in a jar with vodka in a, vanilla beans in a jar for like 3 months in a cupboard that is dark, and that's how you make vanilla extract. But next week, if you tune in, I'm gonna teach you how to make extracts in your Instapot. All sorts of different kinds of extracts with booze. We'll make lots of different flavors of extracts, so make sure to tune into that. Back to the tacos. So now this one you can see, because I was jabbering, it got a little bit dark, but it's doing good. Once it gets hot here, then you want to just kind of be quick about flipping these things around. I'm making a lot because the camera guy, Evan, and I, we're big friends of the food business. So we're going to eat it up. We're going to eat. And then I always have friends that know that I do the filming on Tuesday, so they come over. Okay, so now what we want to do, see how this is, all the juice is basically gone. So now we want to add a whole can of tomato sauce. Da, 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 da. Make sure it's salted tomato sauce. One time I got non-salted, like light or whatever, and I'm like, what is the deal with this sauce? Like, it was so much different. So now I know the key. Oh, we gotta flip that. So now this is what's happening here. It's nice and getting, and then it'll kind of thicken up, not really. So then what we want to do is just add all of the onions in there. And it's almost, I mean, I know it looks soupy, but you gotta roll with me on this. It really is so delicious. And you can make these onions bigger or smaller if you want to, whatever you want to do. Continue to flip this. We've turned it down, and now the magic happens. We're gonna add the pickles. Now these pickles, like I said, are just spear dill pickles, and you can add as many as you want, but basically you want to make sure that every bite has a pickle in it. So I may need to actually get more pickles even, but see this, just keep folding it in until it's nice and evenly distributed. Oh, and don't forget you're making tortillas on the other side. It's happening. All right, so then you want to taste it and make sure that it doesn't taste bad. You have more senses in your nose than in your tongue. So when you are cooking, smell the food first. And a lot of times when you smell it, you can figure out right away what it's gonna need. I am burning tortillas like a crazy lady over here. It's a great time. Okay, so I'm gonna just take a bite of this and just make sure everything is, the flavor palette is right. It may need more salt or whatever, so let's taste. Guys, it's so good, it's stupid. And it's so simple. So now I'm just gonna add these really weird crushed, like this is happening. I'm gonna add some of these. It almost looks like dirt. but I'm just gonna add a little bit of this. This is the olives. Normally you would have like pieces of olive, but today we're gonna have weird crushed olives, and that's okay. There's no mistakes. Happy mistakes, right? Just like Bob Ross. Everything's a happy mistake, even with cooking. So we added those in, and now we just let this turn off, and it will thicken upon standing. So you just want to let it sit and thicken up a little bit. I might add a little more salt for good measure. Garlic. Don't forget the garlic, you guys. So now it's done. That'll be so much better. I'm like, what am I missing? The garlic, of course. So this is delicious. So now you're just gonna let this do its thing and rest, and it will thicken upon standing. See how it's already starting to thicken? You guys are gonna love me. I'm telling you what, you're gonna be like, I love that Molly lady with her crazy dill pickle tacos. But I'm telling you, Mary West, she was the one that came up with these amazing, amazing tacos. And she was an amazing, sweet, kind woman who passed away a few years ago. Her whole family's cool. The West family, they're awesome. So anyway, moving on. It is time for Super Slaw. This is my very secret coleslaw. You guys are gonna love it. What you need to make this is go to the store and grab one of those bags of mixed coleslaw thing that's already chopped so you don't have to deal with it. One of those. And then you're gonna need some mayonnaise. You're gonna need some rice vinegar, some sugar baby, craisins, and my secret ingredient, bum bum bum, crushed pineapple. Yum! Okay, so here's what we do. First of all, we are going to take our mayonnaise, and I'm just gonna mix the slaw sauce in here. Now, if you want to, I don't even care. Like, I wouldn't be mad if you guys decided to go and buy your own slaw sauce. Like, you can just like, I think some dressings say coleslaw dressing, just grab that, it's okay. This is just mayonnaise. I'm just gonna mix it up like this, and I have probably half a cup of mayonnaise. And then I'm gonna put probably about a tablespoon of rice vinegar. And then I'm gonna put about a tablespoon of sugar, and that should make a really good slaw sauce. And here's the thing, before you mix it in your coleslaw, taste it. Like, don't be like, I hope that's right, and stick it in there, because you don't want to ruin all that big bag of coleslaw. You spent a good $1.99 on this thing. Okay, so I'm gonna just taste it. I'm gonna use my fingers because it's me, my hands are clean. Little tart, so I'm gonna add some more sugar. So I'd say like 2 tablespoons of sugar. Okay, so now I'm just gonna dump all of this in here. So we're gonna dump it in here. Again, this was just 1 bag of coleslaw mix from the store. All the grocery stores have them. Here's the thing, if your grocery store's out of the bag of mix, just go and get like 1 head of green cabbage, a small one, and then a small head of purple cabbage and some shredded carrots. And then you just put like a half of the purple cabbage in there, and then a whole cabbage, and cut it up really small, and then, well, you know, shredded carrots because they're pretty. And that's it. So now we just mix this up. So you don't want it, you know, some people like slaw to be like super soupy, and as it sits, it actually gets more soupy. So, you know, don't get crazy with this slaw sauce. Keep down on the slaw sauce. Okay, so now it's all mixed in. See how easy that was? So easy. So now what we're gonna do is my favorite part. We're gonna add about a half a can crushed pineapple, and then I have about a half a cup of craisins. Everything goes in there. They all go in. It's gonna be so fun. Flavor City in the house. So now you just mix it all up. It's so good, you guys. See how easy that was? And boom. This is Molly's Crazy Killer Coleslaw. It's so good. And people are like, why is this so delicious? And you're like, let me just tell you, I put in crushed coleslaw, crushed pineapple, and craisins, and that's it. And that makes it super fancy. So now you're fancy, and you can have this either on the side, but honestly, I like sticking it right on my taco. This is good on fish tacos. It's so good on fish tacos. That's what I had on the taco truck, halibut tacos, but it's good with like shrimp, like blackened shrimp tacos. All you gotta do is just throw some of the slaw little cheese, and oh, it's so good. So you can use this with everything. It's so good. Okay, so this is how it looks when it's all done. See how it's not real soupy or saucy? Okay, So now what we're gonna do is I'm gonna teach you how to make my secret sauce. I call this little red saucy sauce. This sauce is so good on everything, you guys. You can put it on burgers, you can put it on your tacos, you can put it on, it's really good as a fry dip. So you just put as much mayonnaise as you want, basically as much sauce as you plan on making. So it's 1 part mayonnaise. I have, right now, I'd say like a cup and a half of mayonnaise in here. And then you do as much sriracha as you want. So if you want it really spicy, put a lot. If you don't want it real spicy, don't. It should be, I like it so it gets to be like an orangey color. But the brighter the orange, that means the spicier it's gonna get. Now, the thing that is the secret to this, because some people just like sriracha mayonnaise mixed up and they're totally happy with that. But the secret to the sriracha mayonnaise situation is adding honey. Now this makes it just so good. So you wanna add the same amount of honey as you did sriracha. Oh, that's a lot. That should be so good. And here's the thing, if I put too much honey in, that's okay. I'll just add more mayonnaise and more sriracha and we'll just keep going until I have a bucket of it. All right, so here we go. Now we're mixing this up, stirring it up crazy style. See how it's just really beautiful sauce. You guys, this is so good on everything. Okay, so now I'm just gonna taste it and see if I want it spicier or not. I do want it spicier. Woo! All right, now we're really getting it. That's what I'm talking about. Oh my gosh, it is so good, you guys. Okay, so that's the saucy sauce. Now what you can do is you can get these really cool squirt bottles, big and little, whatever, at any store. They now have them everywhere, not just a restaurant store. So put it in here. This should be fun. This should be fun now that you guys are filming it. Oh, look at this, I'm a good shot so far. So you just fill this little bugger up with this saucy sauce. And then make sure when you do sauces like this or you do anything that is going in your fridge that sometimes you won't use every day, just put a date on it so you know what day you made it. So like in one time, okay, so it must have been at least 2002. We were cleaning out my mother's refrigerator and we found Parmesan cheese from 1975. That's why we date things. Okay, so anyway, here's the sauce now. This is so fun because now you can, like, you know, when the super fancy chefs, look at this, I'm like a flight attendant. You know how the super fancy chefs like drizzle the sauce? That's what this does. It makes you look fancy. So now we're gonna build some tacos, people. Let me get all this crap out of the way. Are you ready? I'm so ready, you guys. I'm so excited right now. Now here's the thing with these tacos too. If you like a hot sauce or like, you know, Tabasco or whatever you're into, I like tiger sauce a lot. Use that, put it on there, get crazy. I don't care, you're not gonna hurt my feelings. This is all about what you want for your taco, okay? Okay, so I'm gonna take a tortilla and then I'm going to hold it and I'm gonna cup it so it makes it like this. And then you wanna scoop up enough so you have a, see I got that, but there's not a pickle in every bite. So you wanna get some pickles in there. So now I'm gonna go fishing for pickles. There we go. All right, so now I got the pickles and now we're gonna put some of the slaw on this. And now we're gonna just zigzag some sauce. And that's it, it's done. It's done, look how beautiful. And now I'm gonna take a bite. Okay, here we go, you ready? Okay. It is so good. You get the sweet and savory from the slaw. You get a little bit of spice from this, and then you have the dill on the back palate with the meat and the beans and everything. I can't even explain to you. You need to go to the grocery store, get all these ingredients, and make these tonight for your family. I am not kidding you. We will see you later. Cooking Crazy Style with Molly B. Bye, guys. I'm like, what in the world? I can never get this open. Okay. Okay, I got it. Woo! Okay. Bum, 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 bum. I don't know why I always want to sing the Rocky tune. So all you do is put as much, whoops. All you do is put as much, I made a little, I did that.